Just mic'd up with Mikey Mahtook. Got the boys in. I got Lloyd. We got J Mitch. We got Jackie Boy.
He tried to jump up, and he might have knocked it in.
Good timing. Let's go. What a start to the Monday. I mean, I'm from Lafayette. My boys will come in and say,
oh, God. So me and Joe on the ground. I got Joe in the headlock. And he's sitting there. He's punching me in the stomach, like, punching me.
Here, is everyone sitting around? Who here thinks Ochinko can practice today after having 5 full beers? And he goes, Chad Jones, right? Chad Jones. 6 minutes. For 7 minutes, right? Chad's like, no, man, I don't think Ochinko can practice today. And I was like, I look back and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I saw you there. You were more fucked up than me.
On the spirit plane had some issues, I think. She was sleep farting.
you heard her or you just thought it was her?
I sat right next to her. Oh,
Whoa. What was that?
time for the show.
Now, when you do go to spring training, are you gonna bring your chinchilla and your turtle?
My dad tell you about it?
The SEC is God, they hate fat people. I mean, I get crushed for that. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Hey, just the South, bro. You got a bunch of food down here. Like they should.
Look at Lloyd.
You know what, Lloyd?
You're looking for a recruiting coordinator, coach. I'm here.
He's like, I'll piss my pants right now.
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, Hello. Welcome back to Mic'd Up. Today is Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, Lloyd. Happy Valentine's Day, J Mitch. Welcome back to the show. Big day for you on Wednesday. Got to see a little basketball down in Houston.
We're officially a date today.
We're officially a date.
Valentine's Day.
Yep. Lloyd and I going to the game together. Allie's got, she's working right now, and then obviously has something to do
The Giggle
tonight
Squad.
with the Giggle Squad
I like
with
to
her
think
friends.
that this show is the Giggle Squad.
Yeah, we'd like to have some giggles. We're probably going to have some giggles today.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's opening day, as Lloyd just said. We're going to go on our nice little mandate and watch the game, watch the boys play. That's why the show is an hour earlier than normal. Lot to talk about, obviously. We're not going to do as much of a preview of the game because we've kind of done that. What you expect to see. We're going to, at the end of the show, we're going to give our predictions for Pick to Click. We're going to talk about, what we want to see as far as the team performing, not necessarily wins and losses, but how they get to the wins and losses this weekend. What we really want to do, right, and this is something new, so just, you got to bear with us as we do it on the show. We have the idea. We have it set up. And it's going to continue to get better. The boys, me, Jared, and Lloyd, are going to have a semi-fantasy baseball deal. Snake draft with the current players on the team. So the way it's going to work, Lloyd, I'm going to let you explain the way it's going to work. But basically, we're going to determine the player based off paper, rock, scissors. And we're going to end up drafting players. And at the end of the year, who has the highest number of points wins. Now, obviously, Lloyd's going to explain, what goes into it and what we're trying to do. But that's going to be a conversation throughout the course, and we're going to explain why we drafted them and obviously go from there.
Yes, and the most important part, oh, hey, Jared, is what we need from the chat and the people in the club is a punishment for who comes in last.
It's a penalty. I won't call it a punishment because that's the penalty for the third place team, obviously, in the first and second prizes.
Mikey had an interesting idea. I don't know if that will get off the cutting room floor. But
Yeah, I don't think we should do that one.
But it's a thought. It happens sometimes without anybody knowing.
So that is our request to you, is to go put in some ideas. Obviously, somewhat realistic. Like, we're not gonna do anything like go take the ACT, or like, we're not doing that. It's too much. Takes too much time. Something that's fun but also reasonable.
I did. Okay, I have to come clean on this real quick.
Also, Bregman. Bregman just signs with the Boston Red Sox. Obviously, his free agency comes to an end. 3 years, $120 million, $40 million a year with an opt-out after every year, which basically means he's a free agent every single year if he wants to be. Whoa, I thought I don't know what I thought that was. It sounded weird.
That sounded like a dog bowl being spilled.
Probably what it was.
But the idea for this draft is, here's the format. And first of all, I appreciate you thinking I did any of this. This is my buddy that did it. Marcus, he called me last night.
Why would you, your buddy gave the idea for the show?
Yeah.
Wow, and he created that?
Yeah. And he's going to do all the stats and stuff.
Damn, can we hire him?
It's hired. Marcus, shout out. He's my early curtain
holy
call.
Shit.
Yeah.
So but I'm actually impressed that you gave him credit.
Oh, no,
I gave you full. Listen to me, for those of y'all obviously not in the group text. Lloyd does a great job producing, but and he's got great ideas, and then every now and then he just won't say anything for about 3 months and then drops an idea. This morning, Lloyd randomly texts the group, "Hey, I got a great idea for the show. All right, let's hear it." And he just drops 4 paragraphs of how this is gonna work, then drops the Excel spreadsheet, drops how the point totals are gonna be, and I'm like, holy shit, Lloyd, I fucking love this. This is great stuff. And now he admits he didn't do it.
Yeah, I'm just glad that you think I still have the fastball.
Boy, I mean, I was like, then I called him and I was like, you thought about this this morning? He's like, no, I thought about it last night. And I was like, damn, that was a quick turnaround. Thought about it last night and came prepared. Now it makes sense.
He told that lie too?
Yeah, now it makes percent.
I thought it'd be funnier to do on the show than to tell. It was hard to not tell. I kept almost
That's impressive.
Blowing the lie. But yeah, so shout out Marcus Matthews. That's my guy. He works in Lafayette, and he works in a nursing home. So he manages the nursing home, and he loves LSU baseball. He's like, what about this idea? It's
oh, I love that.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Then he already had the Excel thing made. I was like, I don't even know how to work Excel. He's like, I'm gonna put all the stuff in.
And
don't
look,
worry about it.
And as we show this, it's gonna look prettier as the season goes. This is
that I can do.
Yeah, this is just the beginning, right? So Lloyd, explain how this was gonna work.
So we have to determine draft order, which we decided we are going to do through paper, rock, scissors, and we are going to draft 3 starters on the LSU baseball team,
position players, and 2 pitchers and 2 bench players that we can sub in and out at any time. And 1 bench player has to be a hitter, and 1 has to be a pitcher.
And so the way it works is whoever picks the player that has the highest batting average gets 3 points. Whoever picks the player that has the second highest batting average gets 2 points. Third gets 1 point.
Highest batting average of players picked, not
players
just on the
picked,
team.
yeah,
If you obviously picked up 1, 2, and 3 guys in average, great. But it's the players actually picked in the pool.
And that's part of the strategy, because if you have the first pick, it would be an easy say. Look, if you want 3 points right off the bat, I think you would get home runs and pick Bear Jones. But you could also go in totality,
batting average, hits, and runs.
Right, and then you could get 2, 4, 6 points that way.
Yep.
And so that's where a part of the strategy comes in.
And this is good because it forces you to go more complete. Hey, you may get batting average, home runs, and RBIs from Bear Jones, but the hits, runs, and stolen bases, maybe not, right? Or, Milam may give you the average hits, runs, and stolen, not really stolen bases, those 3.
We don't know.
The other 3, maybe, right? Dickinson could give you the stolen bases and batting average, and you don't know. You just don't. I think it's a good mix of stats. So I like it.
And that's what we went with, 3 players, position players, and 3 pitchers. Obviously, there's 3 starters, but you could also get into the weeds with who you want to pick pitching. But it is the way you get 3 points is having the highest percentage of the person that was picked. So whoever leads in batting average and you have them on your team, you get 3 points, and so on down the line. If that makes sense, I would imagine it does.
Yes.
And so we're going to start the draft in the only way we know how. And we workshopped this before the show, and Jared proved that he can't be trusted.
Right.
But we are still going to do it anyway, where we are going to do one round
of paper, rock, scissors. Whoever has the ones that go against each other, they go head to head. Whoever wins that moves on, right? Whoever wins the next round is the first overall pick, and then the 2 losers go to get to see who's second and third. Okay? So.
Clear as mud?
You ready? Everybody's good, right? I'm going to go ready, set, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And then you just do whatever. And then Jared's going to cheat over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ready? Here you go. Ready?
I'm delayed, bro. It's not me, bro. I'm just delayed.
And I'm going slow rock, paper, scissors. Ready, set.
Oh, dude, keep doing it slow.
Ready, set, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, so I'm in.
Yeah.
So now y'all have to go
We
against us.
play whoever loses.
Me.
Yeah, whoever loses this gets the 3rd pick. And
No.
Oh, they'll just make it faster.
Okay.
Because now I'm automatically, because we're just doing 1 round.
Okay.
And then y'all 2 play it. It's just 1 more, and
Okay.
whoever wins that first
Perfect.
pick.
There you go.
So me and Jared against that. I thought you would have won. Why did you lose? All right. Dude, count us down.
Okay, ready? Rock?
No, 3,
ready?
2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You gotta do it again.
You gotta do it
Okay,
again.
he's not cheating then.
You gotta do it again. Ready?
I don't think he
No, I
is.
don't know. I can't tell.
Because he would have just thrown scissors.
Yeah, I can't tell. Ready?
Yeah, I would have just thrown scissors. I'm not
Ready?
cheating.
Ready, set, rock,
Paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn. I think he's doing this on
trying to
purpose.
cheat on purpose?
I need y'all.
There's
Someone needs
no-
to win this. Someone needs to win this. Someone needs to win this. Go ahead. I'm not counting down anymore.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, he gets
Yeah, you didn't see my hand.
He's
He
in
wins.
there.
All right, you go.
I
Get the
win.
3rd pick.
You
Yeah.
ready? No, me and you, and then that's it.
Hide
Ready?
your hand until you see his
Okay, ready?
kind of.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Damn. You got me. So you're one overall.
See, that was
first pick.
Smart to put it off camera. Then.
Yeah.
There's no tomfoolery.
Yeah. First pick. Who you got?
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. So
I'm
team one
taking.
is-
Give me Dickinson.
that's a good one. I wanted him.
I want the power, average, speed combo. I want it all. I'm taking him. Give him to
Love
me.
it. I love it. I'm gonna type it in.
I got it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take Bear Jones.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, he might hit 40 this year, so like I don't really. That's not one or the other,
Right.
you know.
And he had a high average last year. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Stephen Milam.
so you got Milam.
And I get to
Of course.
go again for a
And you get to
snake
go again.
draft, and this is where I want to utilize the roster, just to see.
I know who I'm going next.
'Cause I think there's some conversations to be had about why we picked. So this is part of the show, and so we're going to treat it as such. And tell me why you picked who you picked.
Oh yeah, that's part of it. Okay.
just did.
Jared, you kind of explained it. So I'm taking Bear Jones because I think Bear Jones is going to lead the team in home runs. I think last year he showed that he's more apt to walking and getting on base. And so in result of that, his average was a lot higher than it was the previous year. So I think that you could potentially see Bear Jones leading average, home runs, RBIs, potentially runs, but I think those 3. So that's why I picked him.
Certainly, you would imagine if he leads in home runs, that RBIs is going to be very close, if not first, probably second.
Right.
You know,
And so I
it's a
think
good,
it's
solid
a
pick.
pretty safe bet.
For my
Yeah.
first pick of the second round.
Well, you didn't tell me why you picked.
Oh,
If you tell us why you picked yours.
I mean, Stephen Milam speaks for himself. Like
Okay.
he's going to get on base. He showed a little pop last year, so I think that the home runs will be there. I think Dickinson is the smart first pick just because of what you've seen, but I know that Stephen Milam is going to play every day.
Okay.
shortstop, and he will give you batting average, a little bit of pop, and his runs scored. The hits will be there also. I don't know about stolen bases, but since Jay's incorporated this, I'll be interested to see if he runs or not. But
Okay. Not your next pick.
my next pick,
First pick of the second round.
I'm going to take, some may consider it a reach, some might not. Jake Brown.
Damn. I was taking him.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's a good pick.
Thank
It's
you.
a great pick.
Great pick.
It's a great pick. Damn, that's what I was gonna get. I was going after him too.
Mikey, it is your pick.
It is my
You're
pick.
on the clock officially.
And I told myself I was gonna wait to do this, but I thought
I was wondering if you might do it.
I didn't think you were gonna take Jake Brown. I do want another position player. It's just like the running back. Do you take a running back, wide receiver?
And at some point, you got to take a quarterback because I don't know how
Right.
much we value. I don't know how to really build in the value for pitching the way that it did. I don't know how much that'll bear weight. You know, like if you wanted to snag a pitcher now, like when somebody.
I'm gonna take. Man, I don't love this. I like the player. I just don't know how I'm gonna structure the team. No, I'm changing it.
3, 2.
I'm gonna go Larson. I wanted to go someone else, but it's similar to the guy I already have.
Good pick. I like it. I'm gonna not tomfoolery around. I went for the trifecta, if you will, in terms of how we can achieve points. And now I'm going for what I see to be the next biggest power threat on the team. Give me Hernandez.
That was who I was debating between. Okay.
Go, that's where you're talking running back. Like,
Yeah.
you're just like, I'm going to get all the home runs.
Yep. That's what I was debating. I was like, man, those two guys are supposed to be leading the team in homers. Like, I'm battling against each other in the same number, right? Do I want to go try to get someone who's going to get a higher, a higher average or hits or runs or
Like,
whatever?
spread this thing out, or
Yeah.
this would be a touchdown.
Let me get the best of all the other categories. Let me try to. All right, so your next pick, Jared.
So now it's my pick again, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It seems like you know this.
So that's your snake's back to me, right?
Yes.
You seem pretty proud of it.
I know you're going. I know where you're going. I think.
I'm gonna keep let's keep the theme the same, and I'm gonna take Aenson here.
I knew it. Wow, you went Aenson. Oh, wow.
I got the all transfer Tiger team. What do you mean? Let's roll.
Wow, that's actually
Do you think this is what Jay's big board looked like, but in the offseason? Like,
because right now, Lloyd is positioned in a great spot. I hate my pick right now, my spot, because now I could go position player again or pitcher, but that leaves you with another starting pitcher, and then wherever you want to go after that. As far as like your first guy on the bench, you go pitcher. So I'm gonna go.
Because if you take pitcher, who's to say I have to? Y'all both have one. I could go.
Right. Well, you
position.
can go position player then pitcher after
Right.
the second. That's my point. I'm gonna go Kate Anderson. I'm gonna take Kate Anderson.
Not that pick.
I know. I just couldn't let myself pass him up. I had a different strategy, but I backed off of it.
Well, no, that
I
Jared
really almost
dictated
did
the
it.
draft.
I almost did it myself too, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna take the more opportunities for righty on righty matchups and hope that Aenson takes care of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Thinking.
I typed it in for us, Lloyd.
People didn't subscribe to see you think. They want to see you talk.
I know.
Make a move, B.
I am going to go, which absolutely falls just right in your lap, with a Sunday starter that feels like a Friday night ace. Why would I not?
Absolutely. Which is the move.
Of course.
Chase Shores.
Okay. Now who?
That's why I was trying to buy time so I could do both.
Who are you backing it up with? Let's go.
Connor Ware.
I knew once you brought him up in our conversation earlier. I knew you were gonna take him.
Give me them parents.
Okay, so you went pitcher.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I want opportunities. I'm hoping I can sneak one by you.
All right, so you went Chase Shores.
There's one on the board that I should have taken that I left out there, but I don't know if you. Just depending on what direction you want to go.
Well, I'm gonna take.
I know. Don't leave him for.
Hold on.
Oh, are we conspiring against me? Is that what we're doing already?
No.
It's on delay. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to take.
Good night.
Brother. Yeah.
I'm gonna take Jaden Newt.
Okay. What makes you want to draft him?
Because he's not necessarily in that rotation right now. I think he's a guy that maybe could be the midweek guy, right? And then I think as he continues to go, he could potentially be the guy they rely on a lot to be the extra, like the long guy out the bullpen, which adds up wins potentially.
That's what I was going for. I was going for a win vulture.
Yeah.
And there's also because we've had this conversation before. How often do you have 3 starters that you have picked out, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that everything goes exactly according to plan.
Right. Well, I don't know. I haven't heard enough about Jaden Newt as far as like what he's going to be in the rotation, but
one of these guys is going. This is where you get a steal. One of these guys is going to develop themselves into a role that we didn't see coming.
All right, Jared.
So my next pick is going to go with, and I'm going to be honest with you, as I was kind of coming back home this afternoon or like right before I got home, I got a chance to see some things about what these guys are wearing to the field today on opening day. And as I started thinking about how I'm going to put this roster together, I'm like, you know what, man? This outfit just really puts together the thought process of comfortability and where he's at right now. So for me, I'm looking for some high octane out of someone who's as comfortable in his own skin as he is right now. If you didn't get a chance, please go look at what William Schmidt wore to the field today. That's my next pick.
You wore pajamas.
Yeah. Yes,
really?
He did.
Who posted LSU?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to go back to back. Good pick. I think that's also a guy that could develop.
I thought about it.
Might see him on Sunday.
Now that thought process, I'll be honest with you. That thought process is, let's say if he's 14 years old, I might feel like, nah, he just ain't ready. Couple years later, understanding, we've already had conversations with him of him understanding that he needed to grow up and there's things he needed to do. So for him to make that move on today after he's already thinking about growing up lets me know that, hey, he might have the right kind of crazy that we need to come in some of these games in high leverage situations to get things done. And he may be a volume guy, especially this year, if that if that rotation does what they need to do. Okay. And if not, he may be one of those guys that can slide into that spot. So I'm taking him.
I like it. Lloyd?
It goes back to Jared again.
Jared again?
Jackie again?
Man, I'm really thinking if I should keep this thing true or if I should go with the old. I think I'm doing it, man. I think this guy, him and Jay have something special. He understands that he's going to be in there. He is a high leverage player, and he is a very, very trusted player. Give me Pearson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking about going after.
I went back and forth between him and someone else. I think this is what I need in this spot. And I may very well just regret who I did not just pick, and I'll just see if one of y'all picks him right now.
I don't think you're gonna. I don't think my guys are who you're gonna pick, but
you have a decision to make.
I gotta go position player.
I know, but you have a decision to make. Like, you should be nervous about this.
I think I'm gonna get Curiel. That's who you wanted.
I just knew that was part of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think this could be because we don't know how it's going to work out. You don't know if he's going to play 10 games or play 50 games.
Right.
And that could be a guy that is absolutely got him in the 5th. But another guy that shouldn't have made it to the 5th that we all saw last year that I can't believe I'm be able to snag is Michael Broswell.
Yep. That's what I
was trying to sway you one way or the other.
Yeah, that's what I was debating between. All right. So now, and look, it doesn't have to be bench, batter, and it can be in different order you want right there, right? Coming up. So.
Right. No, exactly. This is just a way to kind of explain it more because with this pick, I'm about to steal some bags with Chris Stanfield.
Damn, you got me. I said that.
I was hoping it worked out this way.
That's where I was going. Damn.
So like this is like I'm torn right now because the guy I'm debating against or for is part of the show, like big fan of the show, been on the show a few times. We are connected different ways.
That is going to be part of this if like people are going to give a shit for not picking them.
And I think he has the ability to. I mean, I think he's going to be counted on a lot this year. But if we're doing it based off the stats, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna take Gavin Guidry.
I knew that's who you're talking about. I'm upset that I didn't take
Because he could be a save guy. He could be a strikeout. I mean, he could be I don't know, wins. Maybe he snakes some wins.
He's going to be used.
Yep. All right, Jay.
Give me a second, because I'm really having to rethink this thing. I thought I might have gotten stolen away Stanfield right there at that spot. So Lloyd kind of really threw me for a loop here, and you guys really got me on this one. So give me a second.
I know who I'm drafting, as long as you don't draft him. But I think he's going to take him.
Let me put a little thought into this one now.
I actually got two guys, so. And this is the guy that you're supposed to take a flyer on. You know what I mean? Like, hey, who's going to come out of nowhere?
Who's going to be somebody that fucking
be
steals
the
a
guy.
job?
Right.
You're really making this thing tough on me, boys. Oh. So we've heard a lot about him. There's two here that I really like in this spot. I don't think it's smart for me to take both of them. So I'm only going to take one of them. But there has been some really high praise on one. And I think it's a good spot to pick them and take them and see where it kind of goes. Go ahead and give me Cade Woods here.
Whoa. Okay. I was not expecting you to take him.
You might have Cade Woods and Jaden Newt be one of the two steals in this thing. It's going to be one of the two.
Go ahead and give me Cade Woods here.
All right, now you have to go again.
And then I'm going to take Aaron Beatty.
That's what I was going after.
Me too. I thought they was about to pick him just then.
I knew he wasn't gonna get past. Now I already know who I'm gonna pick for my guy on the bench.
Correct.
And Jay has talked about this guy a lot more over the last couple weeks, similar to how he started talking a lot more about Milam last year as the season got closer. You didn't hear much about him in the fall. But you started hearing a lot more about him leading up to the season. I'm going to take Tanner Reeves.
Tanner Reeves is a guy, when we went to the scrimmage, we were wondering who, because they kind of split it into ones and twos, and we were kind of looking at him and trying to figure out who everybody was, kind of essentially, when he put numbers on their back. And I looked him up while we were at the game, and it was 2 years.
398 at Blinn Community College with 28 home runs.
He hit 400 with almost 30 jacks in 2 years.
So
that plays.
No doubt. So that's my team. Now, Lloyd, this is a tough one for you. It's got to be it's got to be a pitcher.
I have two.
Oh, you do have two.
So it has to be a.
Wait, no, you don't. This is your last pick.
You don't have two. You got one, me.
I got Chase Shores and Connor Ware.
Chase Shores.
How you got two?
Oh, I do need a pitcher.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank God. It makes this easier.
Yeah, so I mean. Position player, position player, position player, position player. Yeah, and then you need three pitchers. Yeah.
give me. There's a swing here, and then there's I feel like a safer play. What if I got a utility guy? Does that count for both? I can play him at any point.
You need a pitcher.
I know. What if he pitches and plays first base?
I mean, it's a pitcher.
Yeah, okay.
His hitting stats don't count.
Zach Cowan.
Okay, good one.
Thank you. Done it before.
There's one more out there that we've been hearing a lot about lately that I'm surprised no one took.
Who's that?
And he's got experience, not a young kid, the Grant Fontenot.
Yeah, no doubt. No, Casey Evans. I want to
I've been
take.
talking about him a lot.
Yeah, I wanted to take Casey Evans, but it has nothing to, like, these guys not getting picked, or it has nothing to do with talent and not being able to be good or counted on. It's just based off the criteria that we get points. I don't know how much. I think he's going to be really good at a lot of things, but is he going to lead in anything? Right?
Yeah, you're trying to. That's what makes this fun. You're trying to predict what the season is going to like. It'll show who knows ball and who doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he's my dad, so I know how he thinks.
I like it. Okay.
But here's the overall end all, and I'll fill out the rest of it later. But
Lloyd leaned heavy towards, and I think this may be because of this is the style of play that he probably was in high school.
Yep.
He leaned heavy to the, hey, I'm gonna put the bat on the ball. I'm gonna take extra base hits. I'm gonna steal some bags. He led heavy to that. He has Milam,
go first to third,
Jake Brown, Stanfield, all guys who are stolen base threats. Jake Brown probably ran the most last year. Obviously, Stanfield is known to be able to run. Big-time starter in Chase Shores, could obviously lead in wins and strikeouts. Connor Ware could potentially snake some wins. And Zach Cowan is a starter that comes in that potentially could get some
wins also.
No doubt.
Sounds like you like my draft. Thank you.
I don't look. It's just you stay with the strategy. I mixed it up. I thought I was going to stay with the power strategy early on. I decided not to go that route. So I went Barrett Jones, Ashton Larson. I don't know how many bags Ashton Larson is going to steal. I like him getting hits.
He can run, though.
I think he can, too. I like him getting hits. I like him scoring runs. Obviously, Cade Anderson, I like his upside. Jay Newt is kind of your Zach Cowan, right? Like where he could roll it, fit into being maybe a starter if somebody goes down or starts to struggle, but also midweek, right? I think that was, could potentially be the midweek guy. Curiel, obviously, comes in as a top freshman. If he ends up fighting his way up into the starting lineup, he could be a guy that
could win you the draft.
He could be like a Milam,
yeah,
like he was last year. And then Gavin Guidry, he's going to get an opportunity. Is he going to be the closer all the time? Is he going to be the stake some wins? And then Tanner Reed's my sleeper because of so it's a good mix. Jay, how you feel about your team?
Feel great about my team, right? I got a lot of power, speed, all of that. I got a guy who I feel like is going to take the ball at least once a week and throughout the entirety of the season, which makes me feel really good about Agenson in that spot. William Smith, who I believe can end up being a huge kind of wild card and game changer. And I do think everybody's game changer will be, if you happen to have him on your roster, whoever can end up taking the lion's share of those midweek starts. Right, you're going to be able to pound in a whole bunch of stats that we probably didn't know where that was going to be. So that's a possibility as well. Here's the other part of it too. Whether it's Hernandez or Aaron Benny, I think I'm kind of covered at trying to find somebody who's going to be in there, whether it's at the DH and or at the catcher spot. So I like my squad, man, and I get somebody like Cade Woods, and like I said, Cade Woods and William Schmidt could end up being huge wild cards from my squad because of their ability to maybe slide into a starting spot and or be the high volume guys on the weekend.
Lloyd, let me ask you this. And I think we didn't really discuss this beforehand. But this is an end of the season thing. Obviously, we're going to reevaluate in the SEC and we can talk about whatever. But is this like a fantasy lineup where, hey, if Cade Woods and Aaron Beatty are on his bench, he has to now say they're not on his bench? Or does hey, just let it ride? And even if they're on their bench, the person who has the best numbers.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the easiest way to do it. Is the best numbers.
There's no lineup, right? This is
you
the
don't
lineup.
have to set a daily lineup. These are your guys.
All right.
And it was just a way to kind of separate if you wanted to pick somebody at that role. And then what part of that thought process was is you reevaluate it before SEC play. And if there's you can make one or two moves, and that was kind of like the quote unquote bench spot. It could be anybody that you take out and sub in.
All right.
So that was the thought behind that. But I think, J-Mitch, there's a reason we all reacted the way that you did to the Aaron Beatty pick.
Yeah, I wanted him.
I did too.
But I figured
it's just a position.
I personally think the only way we should be able to change by the time we get to the SEC is if there's a legitimate injury. Maybe I'm not saying it has to be season ending, but like a legitimate injury. That way, you know he's gonna miss a bulk of the year.
Yeah.
Because I just think like, hey, we put these in, like you got to ride with these. These are your picks.
no doubt, no trade deadline.
You
There's
don't get no. These are your picks.
Yeah, no waiver wire.
I love my squad. I ain't worried about anything.
I like my squad too. This is good. This is a good idea.
Shout out Marcus.
Yeah, shout out Marcus. Appreciate the idea.
Whenever
we're obviously gonna make it prettier, and we're gonna keep up with it, and we're gonna it's gonna be.
We have a guy keeping up with it. For us.
think we should have each of us should have like our lineups like on a different graphic.
Yeah, that was the plan.
So, yeah, for sure. So we'll get to work on that. I love this idea. Love the idea.
Thank you.
Whenever
you texted, I could tell you were like, oh, fuck yeah. And I screenshot, I go, I don't know how much longer I can lie about this.
I mean, I was like, this is amazing that you came ready.
Yeah.
I was like, you must have took an Adderall too late last night and you just stayed up all night, but
no,
that was not the case. I'm okay.
I did talk through it with him.
However we got it, we got it. And that's the only thing that matters.
After he already had it, basically.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Marcus explained it to Lloyd, and that's Lloyd saying I talked through it with him when really Marcus was telling him what was going on.
Lloyd is the face of the group project, and Marcus is the brains behind the group project, and you need both of them to get the A. Because maybe Marcus doesn't like talking in front of the crowd and in front of the class to present.
Perfect.
And so now he's gonna do it.
The Tyrese Halliburton in this thing. Yeah. If you know, you know.
Yeah. So he's gonna be the one verbalizing what's going on.
Snow season.
All right. Let's get to the preview / predictions of the weekend. Obviously, LSU plays Purdue Fort Wayne. They should take care of business. For Purdue Fort Wayne has been inside. They've been inside all fucking winter. They're fucking ready. They're gonna come out swinging. They haven't seen this weather in 6 months, so they're gonna come out ready to go. But I think obviously LSU's talent is too much for me. And the thing I think that's most important, it's not about the wins and losses. I think I think they're going to win probably sweep this weekend. But what I want to see is if, in order for them to do that, the guys have to do the easy things well, which means like if you're on the mound, they need to throw strikes. They can't get behind in counts. They can't have long innings. They can't give these guys free bases and then get behind counts and allow them just to start teeing off. Because these guys are going to come out swinging and ambushing pitches and all those types of things. So, for me, in order to get the sweep, which they should, you go out there, pound the zone early, get ahead of the count, make them beat you with hits. And I think over time, obviously, the defense is going to play, the pitcher's going to do whatever they need to do, and they're going to win.
I am getting breaking news here.
Breaking news.
Lineup dropped.
Hey.
So I'm trying to pull it up on, do you think it's on Twitter before anything else? Probably Tiger droppings, to be honest.
Maybe. Somebody, LSU baseball didn't post it, obviously.
They definitely this is what we're doing today.
I'm trying to see if
LSU lineup official. Yeah, dude, shout out Tiger droppings.
Here it is, John Eads.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Shocking.
Wow.
We're going to put this thing up or no?
I'm going to read it out loud. Wow. Okay. Chris Stanfield leading off playing center. Derek Curiel hitting 2-hole playing left. Jared Jones hitting 3-hole, obviously playing first. Josh Pearson hitting 5-hole DHing.
What was hitting 4? You just skipped all the way to 5.
Oh, I mean, Pearson's hitting 4. My bad.
Okay.
Dickinson hitting 5, playing second. Jake Brown hitting 6, playing right. Hernandez hitting 7th, catching. Milam hitting 8th at shortstop. Braswell hitting 9th at third base. Wow.
I'm
crazy.
I'm more so surprised that LSU didn't put this out first. Clearly they knew that media was going to get it. You thought they'd put out like a graphic.
Wow. Okay. How do you feel about that? I'll tell you what. I like my team now.
How do I feel about it? I'm so interested in seeing it, honestly. I want to see how this is going to go. I want to see how this is going to ride. I would say the biggest shock or the big surprise to me which also maybe means how maybe their fall and or spring has gone, and maybe Milam's like a slow starter. But I want to see how long is it going to stick that Curiel's at the top and that Milam's at the bottom, and if it ever switches, or if they both end up at the top, or how that's going to go. That's the most like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting to see that. I guess moment or spot in that lineup.
Yeah, wild. And so obviously, I would imagine that it's going to be some mix-up tomorrow.
What do you mean wild? Why are you saying wild?
Well, I'm with you. I'm agreeing with you. I didn't think that Curiel was going to get the 2-hole start in center opening day.
That's what's wild to me.
I thought they were going to go more veteran outfield. Even if Stanfield, Stanfield was starting in not center field, starting in left field.
I think it's the absence of Larson.
It's the absence of Larson, right? Obviously, he's going to get in this weekend. He's going to play, I would imagine, tomorrow or Sunday.
We're going to look way
whenever.
too much into this.
But, yeah, it's okay. I mean, most everybody else I agree with. I mean, I could see Stanfield. Obviously, we knew that we didn't know where he was going to fall and what Jay was going to do him, but Jay liked him. Jay wants him in center. He's prioritizing the defense and the speed at the top of the lineup.
And here's the thing, too. Look, I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't forget what Braswell was doing at South Carolina and the upgrade he made coming to LSU. So we're sitting here saying he's prioritizing the speed and the defense. Hell, the kid hit 270 plus at Auburn last year. Maybe he might be just doing exactly what Braswell did with the bat.
No doubt. Maybe
he's not prioritizing just the bat and just the defense and just the speed. Maybe he sees like, hey, if he was doing that here, if I can help him, maybe I get him 300 plus here with that speed.
Well,
he
maybe
may be doing that.
And maybe he's already helped him. Like maybe like I haven't watched.
That's my point. Like I don't. If we're sitting here watching him hit at the top, I'm not so sure he's prioritizing just the defense and speed.
No doubt.
He obviously likes something that he's doing with the bat.
100% agree.
And yeah, dude, you make the perfect comparison, and almost, I don't know if we take it for granted the fact that we expected an uptick in offense from somebody that goes to Jay Johnson's baseball team, because he obviously finds something where he sees something in somebody where he's like, I can fix this part of your game and make you better at something. It's just that he didn't just go get him to get him. He saw something. He's like, same thing with Brownsville. He's like, oh, dude, if you work on this with me, we're going to be good. And he did the same thing with Beloso.
Yeah.
Like, whenever Beloso was struggling, he's like, buddy, hold on. Let's take a beat. Here's what I think he's doing. His offense, like, upticked incredibly. So there is some, like, definitely some credence into maybe expecting more than just speed and defense from Stanfield.
Well,
but,
to your point, like, he hit 283 last year in 29 SEC games. So, like, he's got –
yeah, I thought it was like 274, so 283 is even better than
276 for the year, 283 in SEC play.
That's what it was. That's what it was. And that's my point. Like, if he did that and Jay feels like he could, like, felt like trying to get him here that he could do the things he was able to do to help Braswell, and if they've been able to do that with Stanfield as well, I'm not surprised at all. And I think he sees probably more than just the defense and speed.
Right. All right, what were you saying, Lloyd? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, all right.
This is what it was.
There we go.
Dickinson spot in the lineup. Do you think, because we saw him bat leadoff, and I was going to say, like, when we went to, like, Stanfield wasn't particularly, didn't have
I like him in the 5-hole.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. The power might be playing more than we think.
The graphic that you posted, I don't know if we posted on the show or you sent it to us, where hitting 3-hole, you have the most opportunities by far with an nobody on and 2 outs is in the 3-hole. The least amount of times, or the most of the times you have guys in scoring position, is in the 5-hole. So I think he likes him driving guys in. I think he likes him. It takes a little pressure off from him, like for top of the lineup of trying to get on base and being that guy. And yeah, I like it there.
And Curiel is in a great spot to get hits.
No doubt.
Because you have to attack him because you're not going to put people on for Jared Jones. And
Jared talked about this, right? I think that not enough coaches do this early on in a player's career. But, you know, a lot of times if you're a young guy and you get in the lineup, hey, you're hitting 8-9 hole. Well, you have nobody protecting you in there, right? So they're going to come they're going to come get you. In the top of the lineup, and you have Jared Jones hitting behind you, and you have a guy in front of you who's going to be on base. Like, they don't want to put 2 guys on for Jared Jones to hit, so you're gonna be able to get some pitches to hit, and kind of get some protection there. I think that's a good spot for a freshman.
And
Jared's been talking about that all fall. If he were to get the start, I would imagine to see him in the 2-hole because of that.
Yeah, so for me, the Dickinson thing, I won't say it worries me. It does make me think, though, this. He probably feels a lot better or higher than he maybe thought initially that he would feel about Stanfield and Curiel, even though Jay said it himself. He's been recruiting Curiel since he was in 7th grade, so he's thought highly of the kid all along. Here's my thing, though. If those kids are faring better than what he thought throughout fall and throughout spring so far, it makes me wonder about maybe the swing and miss from maybe like a Hernandez or something, because now I think he sees it as, okay, if I got Bear at 3, and we know what he thinks about Peterson. He's one of the most professional at bats you'll get coming out of anybody that's come through LSU. Like, he is going to put together a good at bat, right? So he's the one that's directly protecting Bear to start the year. And then right after that, you have Daniel Dickinson, which lets me know that, one, the Powers probably played, I won't say played up, but it's at least played decent, right? And he feels, hell, I need to make sure I have 2 guys, without a doubt, that I know is going to give me quality at-bats, that has the potential to drive the baseball, that's going to be there to start this year. Because the last thing I think he wants is for all the pressure to go right to Bear to start the year, right? And the way that all the pressure could go right to him is if the guys behind him don't get off to a quick start. So I think that's kind of what he's going, and it makes me a little pessimistic, maybe like not just kind of scared about how this may go. But I do think for this lineup to get there, you're going to need those real power presence guys to be kind of right behind Bear. So we'll see how this thing kind of goes.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting, but I do like him in the 5-hole. I think that's a pretty good spot for him to be. And just let him rely on, hey, just go out and drive the ball. I don't give a shit if you swing and miss a little bit early on. You're going to have some times where you have to figure it out. I like that spot for him.
For who? I'm sorry.
For Dickinson.
Yeah.
For Dickinson.
Yeah, I love everything that you said was what I was going to say about Pearson in terms of that protects Jared Jones too. All the things that he does well, you can't really take a pitch off against Pearson. And if there's people in what does he do well? Clutch at bats with people in scoring position. So this makes sense from that. Like, I know it probably won't matter against Purdue Fort Wayne, but you're aligning him in a spot in the lineup where there's probably going to be runners on and maybe 2 outs. Like, that's what's going to, or be in a situation where it could be a double play. And that's why I love Curiel at 2, because a lefty bat that can fly can possibly, like, roll one over but still get you out of, like, instead of it being bases clearing, it's just another runner on first.
Yeah.
And so you're not out the inning with Bear Jones coming up.
Agreed. It's going to be fun. I'm glad we get to go. I'm not trying to rush through the segment, but we have 10 minutes left, and it's a hard out at 1 because
we got to go to the game.
We got to go to the game.
It's part of our job.
All right, so let's do pick to click tonight or this weekend.
Well, now we have a lineup.
Yeah. Pick to click today and then for the weekend. Actually, let's just do it today. Pick to click.
I'll lead it off. You're making me push hard on my picks right here. Give me Hernandez. I think he might be the first guy to hit a homer on the team.
Okay.
I'm taking him.
Lloyd? I got one.
Pick to click is like a home run. Homer.
Take Bear Jones. I know you want to.
Yeah. No, I don't want to. I want to take Dickinson. I know you wanted to.
No, I'm not taking him.
Oh.
I want my sleeper. The obvious pick is Jared Jones. I'm trying to be.
It's minus 250.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like, hey, let me get something.
Some value here.
I'm gonna take Pearson.
To homer? What's the wind doing?
It doesn't matter. It's cold and chilly, so I imagine it's gonna be pushing a little bit to right
Hey,
center.
wait a second. You said like Pearson ain't got no pop.
Yeah, I know. A little cold, like right. He's just mad because he's like, damn, that probably is a good pick. The wind's probably going left to right center. Get the ball up in the jet stream, homer. It's sunny outside. Pearson has that, hey, I'm going to drop the barrel on its swing. I like it. Senior. Nobody's expecting it. Seems like it just lines up.
I mean, I don't even know if the pitcher is left-handed or right-handed today.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's just funny that we're doing this. Like, I don't even know who's throwing. I mean, they had a team ERA of 8 last year, so
it doesn't matter.
I'm not too concerned about who's on the mound. He's a transfer. I do know that.
Okay. So that's what we got. All right, let's get to the Seggies.
No, Lloyd's got one. He didn't pick it yet.
He picked
I got Dickinson.
Yeah, he picked Dickinson.
Okay, I'm about to say, wait a second. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
and, if you want some reasoning behind it, it's because first game in Alec Box Stadium, we saw the way that he reacted to the Jordan Thompson clip where he video where he saw what that place is, and I think there's going to be a moment for him where he's like, yeah, it'd be sweet to go. You're like, the stars might align for him.
Okay.
They're like, okay.
I like it. All right, you got a mistake of the day, Lloyd?
I do have a mistake of the day, and this mistake of the day, it's very close to home. It's somebody who's failed in production before, on a big stage, as we all saw from the first pitch banquet. So this always resonates with me when somebody fucks up live, and you're like, God damn it, this probably shouldn't have happened, but it did. And college baseball started today, first game of the year, and they are putting it on television, which you would hope for.
What channel?
And I don't know. I don't know if it's a student-run production, but it's live.
Okay.
Or trying to be. And as
Oh no.
there's one thing that you probably want to catch for the opening day of college baseball, which would be
The first pitch.
the first pitch, and we had quite the kerfuffle
Oh no.
happen where, you just hope the boss wasn't watching. I'm getting it to pull up, and yeah.
Damn.
So it's UConn versus Stetson.
Uh-huh.
We're live here. Oops.
Coming off a 35
Oops.
and 26 season.
There we go.
Good pitch right there
We
to
got
start
there.
things off.
But I mean,
Leading
clearly,
off
you know how
for the
baseball is
Huskies.
shot every time, where it's the
Coming off a
pitcher
35
throwing.
and
Yeah,
26
at least,
season.
And then the graphic up.
Pitch right there to start
At
things off.
least
Leading
they
off for the
got the
Huskies.
pitch. Whether it's
Kind
from
of.
whether it's from the side, but at least
I
it
don't think-
wasn't.
yeah.
Hey, let's just go to here and it's already 0-1.
Do you think they were having that conversation where they're like, do you want me to stick here and get the pitch, or do you want me to switch it? Because this is as bad as it is, this is as good as you could get for seeing it this way and then this way. But you also need the fucking score bug up.
Score bug?
That's what they're called.
Score bug?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, tough. That's a tough one. First day. I think
it's a great one, yeah.
You got to be ready. That's tough for them. You got to be ready. Can't, that's the moment that, shouldn't shock you.
We should be prepping for this.
Yeah, shouldn't catch you by surprise there.
But what they should do now is do this every time. And so we did it on
that's
purpose.
this is what we're trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
All right, curtain call. Brought to you by friends at Perkins McKinsey.
I gave my curtain call a little bit earlier, but I got to give it to my guy, Mark.
Yeah.
For
great
putting all
curtain
of
call,
this
Mark.
together, giving us a segment and something that I thought was a great idea, something that was fun that we can pretty much use all year. And so I love when people like this reach out, like it happens to me on Twitter. Obviously, he's a huge fan of LSU baseball, fan of the show, loves it, and so I couldn't be happier that he put something together that we're going to be able to use, and he's going to keep doing it, which is wild. He's going to do all the stats and stuff.
I love
so
that.
We'll have this updated throughout the year, but shout out curtain call to Mark for putting this, basically let me steal his homework.
Jared, you got one?
Yeah, I do. Lloyd, it's in your email real quick. Just kind of throw that thing up in there. For a long time, I've been saying this, and I guess it's, kind of to cap off the football season, but I just wanted to throw this out there for people that truly don't understand and may not have seen this.
Damn
and
it.
you can think whatever you want about the person, but I remember the first time I saw this in person, and it made me think, well, what the fuck is that? Okay? It's going to be Michael Vick and Cam Newton standing there talking to each other, realize that Michael Vick, listed as a player, was 6
feet,
foot
I think.
215.
Yeah.
So here's Cam Newton standing next to Michael Vick, realize they played the same position.
This picture is jarring.
Crazy. That is unbelievable. How much different in size they are. And
I got audio. Okay. Did they talk about it?
I want to believe that it's because of the angle, or I don't know.
No, he
but it is
cabbage
a
off
monster.
his head.
You want to believe it's because of the angle? You want to believe maybe he's got tall shoes on? No, he's got boat shoes on. I don't know.
This is wild. That's a big dude. Reason why nobody can stop him in college.
Yeah. Reason why nobody stopped him in college, and the reason why he never got a call in the league, because you just couldn't believe that he wasn't taking the same hits that every other quarterback was taking.
No doubt. I like that. All right. I'm going to stay on the football.
This is crazy.
That's crazy.
And you saw it. Shit. I mean, you just it's funny that you just told this story and now it literally happens the next week. We're like, oh
I know.
God. Vic would have loved to have been able to have that I guess, size because of how many injuries he took throughout his career and the way that he played. They both played the same way. Like, I ain't fucking sliding for shit. Like, Vic took so many unnecessary shots and also never got the whistle because of he was such an electric athlete. He's like, probably was a little bit easier being that size.
You may need to refresh the doc. So I'm gonna say on the football.
Oh, you thought he stole yours?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna say on the football train. I've always been a fan of this guy. Obviously, he was there was a conversation because of how his free agency went. Had one of the greatest running back seasons of all time. But it's not about what he's done on the field. It's about what he's done off the field. The stock of Saquon Barkley couldn't be any higher. One, goes to a new team for the first year, has an historic type year on the field. They win a Super Bowl. But along the way, there are clips that have come out about him as far as whoa,
go Birds!
Oh Jesus,
sorry.
So there's clips that have come out about him that no. So the young guys to get in the game where he could have broken the single game rushing record. Talent, but of a better person. Obviously, his stock is just continuing to skyrocket, and he should be one of the faces of the NFL. And I think he's doing that.
That's awesome.
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
Wow. Because I had no idea what was going on. I didn't read any of the context.
Yeah, well, that's why I was trying to lead up into
my
it.
bad.
Yeah,
my
it's all
bad.
good. It's all good.
But yeah, that's fantastic. Every day it gets worse for the Giants.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, that's all we got for you today. Enjoy opening day in Alex Box. I think the weather's actually turned out to be all right. It can be a little chilly, but not super cold. Sun's out. You're going to feel really good. We'll be back live in studio on Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. recapping the weekend, talking about what to expect for the upcoming week. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you can't watch us, but you like listening to us or anywhere you get your pods, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Have a great weekend. Peace. Later.
Hey, are we off?